Kia ora koutou. Today we are looking at cross-price elasticity of demand. So essentially what we're doing is looking at the economic relationship between two different goods. So the cross-price elasticity of demand measures the responsiveness of the quantity demanded of one good to the changes in the price of another good. So we've got our two calculations again. So we have our percentage change formula on top. So the percentage change in the quantity demanded of one good divided by the change in the price of another good. Okay. So the only thing that's different between this and the price elasticity of demand is that we're looking at the price of a different good. Okay. Our midpoint formula down the bottom is also pretty similar. So you've got the change in the quantity of good A on the top divided by the old quantity of good A plus the new quantity of good A times by the price of good B, the old price of good B plus the new price of good B divided by the change in the price of good B. Now obviously the X stands for cross elasticity. Okay. Then when we get our coefficient, this is what it means. So if it's less than 0, if it's negative, that means that the goods are complements. If they are negative, but the number is quite small, it's that we would consider them weak complements. If the coefficient is equal to 0, they obviously have no relationship. If it is positive, but between 0 and 1, they are considered weak substitutes. And if it is greater than 0, and obviously quite a big positive number, then they would be substitutes. So complements are goods that we use together. They obviously have a negative cross elasticity because if the price of, let's say, cell phones go up, then the quantity demanded of cell phones will go down. We know because of the law of demand. However, because we know cell phones and headphones are used together, if we are buying less cell phones, then the demand for headphones would also go down as well. So price goes up, the demand for the complement goes down. So here's an example. Assume the price of a cinema ticket increases from $13 to $15 and popcorn sales fall from 200,000 to 150,000, and we're going to calculate the elasticity using the midpoint formula. So we're going to start with our formula and we'll substitute in the values. So the change in the quantity obviously has decreased by 50,000, so that's why it's a negative 50,000 on top divided by the old quantity of popcorn sales plus the new times the old price of the cinema tickets plus the new price divided by 2, and it's positive 2 because the price has increased by 2. Put that on your calculator and it should come out as negative 2. So therefore cinema tickets and popcorn are considered complements, which we should have already figured that out from the question. The price of popcorn went up, the price of cinema tickets went up, and the popcorn sales went down. Substitutes, we know, are goods that can be used instead of each other. They will have a positive cross elasticity. So, for example, we've got Vegemite, Marmite. If the price of Marmite goes up, then the quantity demanded of Marmite will go down, and people will switch to Vegemite because they would consider it relatively more affordable compared to Marmite. So, price of Marmite goes up, the demand for Vegemite goes up as well. So here's an example. When the price of Pepsi increases by 8%, the quantity demanded of Coke will increase by 24%. Calculate the cross-price elasticity using the percentage change formula. So here's our formula, the percentage change of the quantity on top divided by the percentage change of the price of the other good on the bottom. So we had an increase in the quantity of Coke by 24%, and we have an increase of the price of Pepsi by 8. So 24 divided by 8 is 3. So this comes out as a positive coefficient. So therefore, Pepsi and Coke must be substitutes. So that's essentially our cross-price elasticity. Have a go at practicing some questions in your workbook, and hopefully this has helped make more sense. See you later.